What's going on, you average gamers? I hope that you're all having a fantastic day. Welcome to Part 4, my Last of Us series on grounded difficulty. You should really stick around, especially for the second half, because you get to see me struggle, but it's also cool to see somebody's strategies and how they deal with an encounter. If you guys enjoy this video, a like would mean an absolute ton. I love you all, and I hope you guys stay safe. I hope you're all doing well. I definitely am, especially when I turned off this game today. I got super frustrated. I played for about 3.5 hours to get about 10 minutes of footage for you guys. I was stuck on this one part for a long time, way longer than I should have been. The first time I beat this game on grounded difficulty, I did not have this hard of a time. But I'm just trying to do everything so fast, and that's where it gets you, is if you don't take your time, you're definitely going to pay for it. I wanted to restart this entire encounter because I wasted way too much ammo. But like I said in my previous videos, that I like to just try to do everything in one try, as if it was on permadeath. So there's no mistakes. Granted, I do rely on a lot of checkpoints. I am playing on grounded, and anybody that beats this game on grounded difficulty on permadeath is an absolute psychopath. That was very sloppy. I'm the absolute worst at being stealthy in this game. I tend to press my left stick too hard. I don't really check every single corner. And I hate going prone in this game. Like, I love it because of the gameplay mechanics, but I hate it in the sense that it's so slow. And when you play on these higher difficulties, you are forced to lay on your stomach majority of the time. So imagine laying on your stomach, crawling for 5, 10, 15 minutes, getting caught, dying, and then having to restart that entire encounter over. You know, that's the absolute worst. You know, because you just spend 10, 15, 20 minutes crawling, and now you just nothing to show for it. It's the absolute worst. On my next attempt, I'm kind of forced to crawl on my stomach because I'm kind of doing the same strat. I'm also surprised that I don't get hurt right here. You know, I'm hopping over a railing, jumping in water, but hey. Anyway, I make my way over to this infected, take them out, and then we move on. I love this chasing. It's one of my favorite chasings. Oh my goodness, it's so scary. This had my heart racing right here. Look, that clicker right there had me so scared. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh my god.
This way! Hurry! Fuck! Go right! Come on!
See, if I wasn't playing ungrounded, I'd try fighting all of this right now. Holy cow. This is scary. I think my favorite part about this entire thing is that there's all this infected here, right? And we walk across the street and go sleep in a building next door. That's I love that. It's so funny. This right here, so this is the next encounter on day 2. And I almost got through this entire thing. Yeah, keyword almost. I was so tight when I got caught. So this is the next checkpoint. This is try number 2. And I just try to get my way through without getting caught. And I get caught immediately. So I tend to try to use these in my favor though. You know, so for example like this. They're all looking at where they think I am. And gives me a good opportunity to get these two out of the way. Dogs are the worst things in the game. Like they're a cool addition, but man, they're so frustrating. Here I speed it up because again, you know, crawling on my stomach.
Anyone got a visual? Okay. God, what? Colin! That way! It came from that
After taking out these people, there's one more person with a dog. I make a cut because it takes a couple minutes for me to finally get him. But I finally get him, and we're moving on to the next encounter. This one's really easy. It's just 3 runners. So I take this one out, walk up behind this one, take this one out, and then there's one more after this. I stealth kill all of them, which is kind of nice. And then this right here. I never really fought this dude hand-to-hand combat, so I didn't really know he swings so many times. I usually just shot him. Because again, you know, when you play on easier difficulties, you have a lot more ammo. Look at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jeez. Yeah. But I finished him off. It was pretty easy. They're attacks are really telegraphed, so you can kind of just, you know, time it pretty well. This right here is where everything takes a turn for the worst. I have it sped up, and this is kind of important to the video because this shows you how I reached a specific checkpoint, which I respawned there so many times, too many times. This is what I was talking about earlier, about having to crouch or crawl somewhere, and it taking so much time. And then imagine like it taking 10, 15, 20 minutes, right? And then you die. And then all that time that you just spent trying to just reach the next building or the end of the block is gone. If there were no checkpoints in this game, I would lose my mind. I would never have beaten this game on this difficulty at all. Right here, though, is right where I get caught. And this is important, okay? So every single time that I die, right, I spawn here, and I do the exact same thing every single time, okay? So this is sped up at twice the speed. This part right here is super, super important. So imagine dying in this game, and then having to respawn at the checkpoint that you just seen over and over again. And over and over and over and over again. And then having to do this, right? What you're seeing on your screen, every single time you come alive. Because you want the ammo and the resources. Okay? So I had to do this every single time that I came back alive. How many times did I have to do this? Well, cue the death montage. Couldn't have gone any smoother. Oh my god, she's dead. Oh my god. Bro. No. What? Ugh, straight pain, just pain. It's kind of my fault though, because I haven't played this game in months, and I just re-downloaded it thinking, hey, you beat it on grounded difficulty one time. Just do it again. Super easy. Yeah. That's a terrible decision. Out of all the attempts too, like, I get through on this one, which is crazy. Watch how I get through. I don't understand. It's kind of lucky, but I was so happy I made it through. And then I make the rest of the encounters look pretty easy. And that's what is kind of funny to me. It's like, I struggle so hard on this one, right? And then on my first playthrough, I made it through this one pretty easy. And then on the other encounters, I struggled with. It's, I don't know. I don't know how that works, but it's a cool experience. It can be frustrating, yes. Especially with how I try to do it, which is, I try to play as if it was on permadeath. I mean, clearly it's not. You just seen that it's not. But what I mean by that is, I try to just do it on my first run. And you know, I'll try to do it sneakily, and if I can't get it through, like trying to be a ninja and stuff, then I'm just trying to shoot my way out. And if it's ugly and it's not, you know, clean, but I make it through the encounter, that's just how I'm gonna end up going with it, because I've never really played the game this way. I've always just tried to take my time, you know, and not waste as much ammo or just shoot everything. I've always like played one way, but I've never played to just try to make it through. And grounded gives you that experience of like, hey, like you're forced to do it this way, and I love that. Like, you don't get this on any other difficulty. It's like, yeah, you can play it hard and put it on permadeath and still get that exhilarating feeling. But I'm not a huge fan of, you know, make it to the end and making some silly mistake and now, you know, it's over. Like, imagine making it to the end and you're fighting Abby and your controller dies, you know? I'd be super frustrated. I couldn't do that, and it would be on my conscience for a while. But with this, like on grounded difficulty, it's extremely hard, and yes, you can't make no mistakes either, and you have such a limited amount of stuff that you have to think about everything. I like that. I like being pushed to my limits, at least in this game. That's gonna do it for the video. I hope that you guys enjoy it. If you did enjoy it, a like would mean a ton, and I pray that I get to see you in the future videos.